everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, I hope you all had a wonderful evening, and thank you for all your wonderful comments. I really do appreciate them. Keep them coming, because you know me guys, I love to chat. Right, today I'm going to do for another customer a tree topper in the colours that we had yesterday. Now I video called the customer and we had a look together on what she would like, and she has chosen her elements, so we're going to do a big tree topper for her. She doesn't want it in, like, obviously it's gold again, but she doesn't want it with any like Christmas ornaments or baubles in, or any attachments or anything. She'd just like a bow with some poinsettias and foliage, and basically that's it. So I told her I could put in a few big, you know, wispy bits and things. She said she would like that, but she wouldn't, she doesn't want anything like lollipops or candy cane or anything attaching to it, because she has just got a gold and white decorations for her tree. So that's what we're going to do. So the lady has chosen, I took them out of the bag already, some of these picks that I have, where they've got a bit of grass in. I've got them in gold and pink as well, I think, and silver. So we've got these with the bit of fern, the grasses, and a little, you know, branch with some foliage on as well. So we've got those out. They are glittered. Now she did choose these berries again, but they're not very long stems, so I may have to extend the stems on these. She's chosen this, just one stem of the poinsettia. She does like them. She didn't want any more poinsettias. Sorry, I've been playing around trying to make it look tidy and fluff it up. But she didn't want any more poinsettias. I know a lovely lady said yesterday that what the arrangement we did yesterday on the wreath, she would have liked another magnolia. Probably I would too, but it's what the customer requests. You know, I do offer them to place them in 3, but you know, they, like I did with this lady, and she said no, she'd just like 2 and then a bow at the bottom. So we're going to give her her request, aren't we guys? So she has chosen, oh, I've got things tangled, one stem of my glittered gold fern that she'd like placing in as well. She's also chosen these, aren't they lovely? They don't come with these acorns, guys, these gold acorns. I have actually attached them on, because I've not got any acorns on a long enough stem, but I did have these and shown her and told her that I could attach a few on around the top, and she said that would be lovely. So we've got the pine needle stem, and I've picked this, I've spoken to the lady, and we both agreed on this stem because it is not a wired stem, it is actually metal. So it is very sturdy, so it is great to attach all the other elements onto. It is fabulous support, so we've chosen that as well. Now the lady does want these in as well, the eucalyptus, the gold. I've pulled some off at the ends because they were too far down, but the stems are long enough to attach onto them at the bottom. I will tidy these up where I've pulled them off. We will place some floral tape around it. And another lady likes, I think everybody likes this. I've had a lot of people order it on their arrangements, but the twirly grass, let me just pull that one off, it's too low. The swirly grass And that will also be added in. Oh, I found one hanging here extra. Wonder if that goes there. Yeah, it's clicked on. So we've got those as well. She did choose these. Now she didn't know how many to put that she'd like in. She says she'll leave this with me. So now I can use the full stem, you know, with this one and this one, but pull this one out and raise it up to this height as well. So she did ask for the 11-inch mountain pine. We did go through the smaller ones, the 7-inch I've got as well, but she says she does like the 11-inch. So we're going to place that in. Now, she chose a ficus, but she said she'd like it at the back. So again, we will place it at the back for the lady. And also another lady wants one of these. I think every time I show them the customers, they just seem to fall in love with the gold thistle spray and with the movement on it and how wispy it is. So we've got that as well. And finally our bow that the lady has chosen is just the deluxe ribbon, where it's silk in the center and glittered on the edge, and it's also silk on the back. It's beautiful and it's extremely strong and sturdy. And then she's also chose the gold and cream twiggy one. She didn't want, I asked her if she wanted any Christmas patterns, you know, like a tree or anything on the ribbon, or berries or anything. She said she just really wants them relatively plain. And then when I shown her this one, she says, oh, I like that because of the twiggy swirly grass or swirly twigs. I keep calling them grass. Swirly twigs that we've got. She says that would go lovely with it. So we've got that as well. So that's 2.5 inch, and this one is the twiggy one is a 7/8. And they are both deluxe ribbon, and they are extremely strong and do sit in their place really well. So we're placing that at the bottom of the stem, as I call the neck area. So that's what we've got. So I'm going to bring, don't think it's going to be a long video, guys, because it's not really going to take us that long to create one. But I do want to strengthen this stem up on the poinsettia, and also place some floral tape around the gold glittered eucalyptus. So let me just get rid of all this glitter. And you will need, you can use pipe cleaners, you know, Chanel sticks, or you can also use cable ties as well. So I've got a few cable ties out, and I've also got my roll of white, because she wants white and gold, the Chanel all pipe cleaners as well. So let's just bring this down. We'll bring it in here. It's another cold day here in the UK. Oh, right. So we'll place that there, and you will need your cutters. So let me just get the floral tape out. So I've noticed on this poinsettia it's a little bit loose. The paper's, what it's wrapped around, isn't as, you know, as tight as I would like it. So it's moving, and I don't want it to be moving. So to do that, I'm going to place a bit of glue on the back. Get my floral tape, and I'm going to go around again with the tape. So I would just bend things, the petals and leaves out the way. I'm going to actually just take some off. And I'm going to just pull on it a little bit just to make it more secure as I'm placing it around. And I'm going to go up to where the poinsettia is as well, because I want it to be secure so it holds together with the actual stem. Well, I finally got my Christmas tree out, guys, today, but I haven't put it up yet. So I've placed a wreath on the front door, but I haven't put up the Christmas tree. I've still yet that to do, but I will be busy this afternoon, so it will have to be after I finish work. You just fit it in, don't you, guys, when you've got the time. I'm going around several times, guys, because I do want it to say securely fitted to the thing. And now I also feel with this as well, as it bends, it's in the similar, situation, but I want this to be up at the back. So I'm going to have to do the same around there. Get a bit of glue on the stem to hold this wire. I think it looks like it's lifted a bit. So I don't want the lady to have something that's going to start to, flop. So we'll secure it. And again, as I go round, I will just give it a little bit of a pull. So if you just give it not too much of a pull, because it will snap, tear, but just a little bit of a pull to activate the sticky glue that is mixed into the tape. And just make sure it's all nice and tight. So I'm going to go slightly back up again to the top of it where I started. So if you ever find that you've got anything like that and it's a little bit loose, either glue it on or in place, or just glue it on, or put a bit of tape on just to keep it secure. So now that's not going to flop, it's stuck at the top, it doesn't droop down. So I wanted to do the amendments first, because when I do, especially, anything really, and it's not quite tidy or anything, I do like to neaten them up. I don't like messy work. And again, this is going to have to be the same. And I'm going to start here, just under here. So this is going to be quite a bit. I'll start with that going over. And I'm going to have to go to about here. So I'm going to now start to twist the stem itself. I'll go over some of the paper that's not torn, just so, the torn paper doesn't come out from underneath. And then I'm going to go back up and do that. So that's much neater. It doesn't look, messy. Because you don't want to be handing it over to your customer and they come back to you saying that it's quite messy. We all like to please our customers, and hopefully they are happy with the arrangements. So I'm just going to go around lightly with the tape to start with, just so it attaches to the glue. And then once I've gone over, let's just tear those straggly bits off. We don't want those on. I pull those off because they also, if you leave them on, you will get like lumps underneath. And you want to try and give it a nice clear straight stem without any, you know, bulges sticking up underneath the tape. So now I'm going to go back up. And there we have the second one. Right, so let's get started. Now the lady did say she wanted the ficus on the back, so we're going to place the ficus first. So how I do my, if I do it like that to show you my tree toppers, I place that on the back. Now because this is quite a long, big, let me get rid of some of these prongs, long stem. I'm wanting to, gosh, I can't cut that. I'm not going to cut the stems down until I've got everything secure with our wreath cable ties. Oh, this is quite long, so I'm going to have to do it this way, guys. So I've placed this again with it being long and wispy, and I will move these into position. You can do it as you go along and just bring them out how you'd like them to sit, like so. So I'm going to bring it around here where the last ones of these ficus leaves are. I'll bring these last ones of these thistles on above it, and then once I've done that, I'm going to again the twiggy bits, I could put the twiggy bits next actually, and then put those on top of the twiggy bits. So we're going to keep just placing each element on top of each other like that. I'm going with the longest ones, well, not the longest ones, oh yeah, let me get this right, guys. I'm going with the longest ones, you know, the longer stems and the bigger long ones as well, and I'm placing them on top of each other. And again, I'm not cutting the stems as of yet. And we'll place that there. Then I wanted to place on my greenery here for that, because I want these little ones to go on the side. I personally think maybe 2 of these would be nice at the ends. Yeah. So I'm going to pull these off. These aren't very long stems, so I'm placing them at the bottom. I can get them off. I could use that one for the top because I want these to sit here. So I will bend these stems in an L shape so they sit somewhere along here. we're going to be placing cable ties around the stems. So I would place these somewhere here. And I would have these on top there as well. I'm just wanting to say, you can add things behind each other as you go along. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make it look, have a look at what it could look like with the elements on. So let's take that off, place that there, and then that here. So let's design it first, and if we don't like how things sit, then we will move it off and reposition it. That's the reason I'm not attaching anything just yet, because I've done it before where I've done that and I didn't like something, I felt like it was in the wrong position and I had to take it apart. Let me stand up a moment. So you can hold everything in your hand like this, just to start with, and then you can place things behind, like I am here, just bringing this in behind. Bringing one out to the side there. Let's have a look. And bring another one there, and I may attach one to right up above. I've got two more. I could bring one up here and another one up here. And then we would place our bow, because I placed a cable tie at the bottom here. So she wants quite a big one. She's got I think she said a 9-foot tree. Gosh, mine's only 6 foot. So we can have a look, and we're going to look to see if we like that there. Let's just hold this behind here as well. Yeah, I might put that one there as well. But we're going to have to play around and bring things through. So that's quite pretty. So this is where then, oh, and then I've forgotten the berries. I would bring just a few berries here. Let's take the band off. Probably here. And again, it's all about attaching them on. I've only got 5 out. So we need to be filling in places, and then maybe one at the top. Now, something on there is bothering me. If I need to hold it upright. Obviously I can't grab these, so but I've got a good idea. I think it needs to be closer to each other. It's just too big. I know the lady wants big. So what I'm going to do is arrange it so it looks more together. So again, this you may think, oh my gosh, you know, I've taken it apart again. But this is where, before you start to attach things, that you could check whether you like it or not. I'm going to take these off because it's a bit scuffy. I'll have to start here, place some tape on again. I'm going to go all the way, just go back over the glue so it doesn't seep through. Make it look tidy. And go up there. So we've done that. Right, so now I've got an idea on how I'm going to place things. We're going to start and place that up there. Now this is where you're going to need your pipe cleaners or your cable ties. I do quite like the idea of having this here instead, or do I? No, I'm going to keep it as it was. So I'm just placing elements on top of each other. And because I wanted to add in these picks, I'm going to place, and I'm going to bend the stem so it comes out like that, and bend that stem also. So that sits on there as well. And we will pull things through. And I've got one here that's I want around the top. So I'm going to bring that slightly higher. The stem isn't as high, as long. So I'm going to bring that one slightly higher at the top. So before I go any further, to hold all these into position, I'm going to get my cable tie and I'm going to go where the shortest stem is. I'm going to go from underneath and I'm going to pull it and hold them in place. So that is that one. Shall I? Oops, I've just caught. I'm going to place that one there. And then we're going to bring, and I'm going to just slightly bend those off to the side. Both of them. So I'm just bending them to give them a little bit of a direction to move over to the side like that. And because I want to hold these up here, and I know I need some berries. I didn't scratch my face, guys, because of the glitter. So where's this here? So now I'm wanting to place this pine needles on, and again, as you can see, we're going to need, now it's getting a bit bigger, to attach the cable tie. So I'm going to, let me just have a look. Oh, I've just realised, guys, you probably can't see. Let me have a look at the camera. Oh my gosh, I've been working and you can't see. I'm so sorry. Let me show you what I've done. Oh gosh, how silly of me. I've attached I'm going to have to show you guys because that, oh, I can't believe I've done that. I've attached these with a cable tie around underneath and on top, bringing the cable tie at the top here so it's not at the back. Or you could have it at the back with it facing the back. And I've attached 3 of these picks on as well on top. And again, we are going to, like, you know, fluff it up and bend the stems. They're just flat at the moment because of how we're placing them. That's all that, you know, why it is like that. I can't believe I've done that. So then I'm going to want these on top here. I want these the longer part at the top, so it's got a bit of the wispiness. I also want to, I was going to have a look when I place that. We'll see about those. We could individually just attach those after. I'm just trying to get things all out. And then we're going to bring here, and again I've just bent these off slightly to the, so they go to the side. And we will be pulling things through. Where's the other one gone? Oh, it's here, right in front of my eyes. And I've already bent this one, and I'm going to place that one with it. There. And again, I'm going to get a cable tie, and I'm going to go further down because these stems are long. And I'm just going to pull those, to keep all those securely together. And then just snip off the cable tie. Then I'm wanting the mountain pine, and as I said, we will be bringing things up and out. Everything's flat at the moment until we actually start to place in, once we've finished, and then we can place in everything together and then fluff it all through. So it's going to have to be that next because we don't want that taking over. Bring that one there, like so. So again, I'm going to get a cable tie, and I'm just going to hold down here. There isn't no limits to how many cable ties or pipe cleaners you can place on. And then because I've got that up here, we're going to need another cable tie further up above here because this is loose and it's flopping forward and we don't want that. So we'll cable tie this. We will go in through here and we will attach it around the mountain pine metal stem. And again, that's just to keep this from coming forward once in your tree. There we have that. And again, then we've got these. As you can see, it is still bare around here. So I'm going to want to just bend these stems as well, like an L shape. I'm going to just tuck those under there. And I'm going to tuck these under here as well, like so. And if you feel any of your stems are in the way once you finish, you can chop these few off. You know, just trim them down so they're not there, or you can just leave them on because the bow will, you know, hide them. So I'll place these two together. And we will go. Oops, a daisy, what have I dropped? Oh, berries. Let's just. It's like this here is right down here. So I think I'm going to take that one off. I can bring it up to the top and pop it in somewhere up here. So I'm taking that one off. And we're going to place these in here. So because we're down here, I'm wanting to get a cable tie down here as well. So let's just grab the cable tie. I think I'm going to take these little ones off here. So let's I have to check the cable ties, guys, because the amount of times I've placed it in and it's upside down. So I'm going around. Before I pull it, I will bring them into position. So I want that up there, along with that and that, and then pull. So what we have created at the moment is that it's like a big bouquet. And again, what's here will be hidden by the bow, which will sit just underneath. So because I'm dropping all the berries all over the floor. Let me just go and grab the other berries. And I've got these gold. I want the berries, and I can just grab those two. And because I've got these gold, I want the gold also to come out from here. We want to bring the gold down, and I want to place the berries with them on top, so they are here as well. So the lady did want berries, and I could bring some berries in here too. So I'm going to, these are much smaller stems, they don't reach where I've just been, so I need another cable tie. So I want to place that there. I can just hold it in place. And then that one there. And we'll grab another cable tie. You don't even have to make the tree toppers like this, you could just place them in your tree. Without having to attach them all. But this lady wants them all attached. I need to just, oh, I've let go. Let me just get it through first, guys. Oh, I've done it again. Oh my goodness. Right. They're there. So I want to place this in there. Please don't say I've done it again. Oh, it's there. And then these alongside here as well. Just making sure that they're all together, and then pull. Now, as you can see, there are little bits of stems here. Now, what I tend to do, cut them, especially when there's smaller ones, and you can glue those down. But I cut them. I'm not leaving the stems bare like that. I will place something on it to cover all the stems. So now we've got that. I'm going to attach our bow just in between as well. If I just turn it over, and as you can see, pull that as well, snip it off. That's that one in there. Excuse me. So now that goes there. Now, because I have some oddments left, or not oddments, I have some pieces left. Just this, what I've cut off, and 3 more berries. I'm wanting to, I will singularly attach these to the stems. And I'd like one, I can just place it, and I'm just placing it like I would if I was doing a wreath before I actually glue it. So I'm just placing it now before I actually cable tie it. And I think let me just see here. I think I would like something white there. Do I? Let's see. I could get another one of those berries to place here as well. I don't want to get anything different because this is just what the lady has asked for. So let's get another one of the berries. pull one out. These come on single picks, as I say, and I'm going to just see what it's like with those there. Yeah, I think that's better. So now, because I've chose where I'd like those to go, I'm going to singularly attach them. They're in, well, not singular, I think the ones around here can be all put together. And that there, that there. So I'm just making them, you can make them as a pick, like, you know, together, make your own little pick. And do it like that. Hold them in like that. I don't want this stem as long, so I want it as long as what the others are. So I've created that as a pick. I've got them in my hands, holding on to them. Sit them on top of the other stems. And then just attach a cable tie under and around again. So they're now in. And just get the poinsettia to sit into position again. So that there. So now I'm going to start bringing these through and positioning them. Bring that there. So you're just now starting to fluff up your elements. I may need to just trim a little bit of that off. Bring some of those through as well. And then now, start from either the bottom or the top, wherever you feel you're most comfortable or you prefer to start, and start bringing elements up from the bottom to entwine everything with each other. So just have fun. This is the best bit, guys. I want these to stay out up there. I want those wispy bits. And a bit of that twiggy bit in there. And a little bit up there as well. And that under. Because we want to be seeing the poinsettias, we don't want to hide those. I don't think I like that berry there. It's sticking out a bit too far. What shall I replace it with? Because the lady doesn't want any attachments. I would have placed it with something like maybe a bauble or something. I will inform the lady. I'm going to just pull it out and then grab these and pull tighter. There we go. Now I've pulled that one out. I think that would be okay there. Let me just hold it up and have a look. It is actually quite pretty. Let me just get rid of those. So that is how it's looking, like so. So what I tend to do, if you've got, some people don't, some people do, but I'm a little bit one of these who I like to cover the stem with some ribbon or floral tape. Now, this is an old ribbon I've got. It's perfect colour. I'm just checking that it's long enough because I know there wasn't much on it. So, I'll lift the tail ends up out of my view. I'm just going to get one more cable tie. And right at the ends of the stems here, so they don't move around on the short ones. I'm going to put another cable tie. Now I'm not, the only time I will cut these to the shortest one. Those two are the shorter ones. So I will line them up with those. So they're all at the same length. Now this one's hard, guys, but bear with me. Oops. Oops, that's gone over other side of the room. Never mind. Right, so now they are all at the same length. So what I do, let me just get some glue on here. I lift it up to where the end of the bow is there. Place glue on all of the stem. Let me just bend that over so it's neat and tidy and it doesn't fray. Place my ribbon over the top. Now you will get a few bumps from the cable tie. So if you don't want, you know, that doesn't appeal, you could always use your pipe cleaners. And then now I will bring the ribbon around at a diagonal position. And just keep pulling it so it sits all together. Let's just pull it a little bit more. Now going around. Let's just pull that because it's not straight. I don't like it to be too uneven. with the swirls that I'm creating, the diagonal line. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So I'm just going to keep going. And I've come into the bottom where I mean the diagonal, the spacing where the ribbon's going round. So I'm coming to the bottom. So what I will do is this piece here, but the stems at the bottom, place a bit of glue on, place the ribbon on it, and come back and then place another piece of glue as I've come back on the tip here. Oops, I've just cut the ribbon. There we go. So then I can bend that over so that it's got a nice clean fold on the bottom. And then just finish this end piece off. So I will get my scissors. If you want, I may be able to go all the way back up. Let's try. I'm going to say you can go back up if you've got enough ribbon, just to give it a second layer of ribbon. So let's see. I'm making now the spacings bigger. Just to make it sure they're relatively similar spacing. Yeah. So I keep looking at the spacing where the edge of the ribbon is and making sure that it's relatively, you can't be spot on unless you start to measure, but I'm just making sure it's very similar space where the edge of the ribbon is. And then as I've got to the top where I were, I will now turn it over, cut some off, bend it over so it's got a nice neat edge, bend it a little bit more, and then glue that on to the ribbon. So I'm placing a bit of glue under here, and then I will pull it and glue it on to the ribbon underneath. So I've then created, let's bring the tail ends down, a stem that is neat and it's not showing any stems underneath. Fluff the bow back up. Like so. So then you've got your lovely tree topper with its lovely ribbon to go on the bottom. And even if you've got the same colour ribbon that you're using, well, not that you're using, the same colour ribbon of the colour of the arrangement, it doesn't have to be the exact same. You could put the same on as these, but if you've got some cheaper ribbon that you don't use, or silk ribbon, You could place the silk ribbon on there as well. That one was a very thin wire in it, so it went round and sits really pretty. And again, the spacing on with it, giving it that champagne gold as well as the yellow gold on the edge. So now that would go on your tree. Now what you could do, some people like to attach it to the actual stem, the main stem of the tree, or some people just like to sit them in and not attach them. Now if you're wanting to attach it to your tree stem itself, or grab some of this, let me get my clippers or scissors. So get some pipe cleaner, wrap it around the top under the bow where you can't see, because it will be at the, you know, inside the tree. Let me just make sure they're both the same length. So go right under where the neck is at the top, twist it at the back. You can place a bit of glue on as well to secure it. Twist it at the back, and then you've got these here to attach around your stem in the center of your Christmas tree. And you can bring another one down here if you want to, if you think it's a bit top heavy and it may lean forward. Bring another one down again, because it's going in your Christmas tree so it won't be seen. And have quite a bit, plenty left, because once you've got it around, if you want to wrap the pipe cleaner around the stem of the tree before you tie it, you know, twist it on. So you can go round the stem of the tree like that, one way, round the other way, and then at the back, twist it onto the tree to attach. So give yourself a bit of length with your pipe cleaners to attach. Or you could cable tie it on. It's, you know, entirely your choice. Some people cable tie it because they find the cable ties are more secure. So if that's the case, you know, do the same thing with the cable tie. Place it, this stem onto your main Christmas tree stem, and then a cable tie it around it. So you could do that. So let me just move these out of the way. I will bring up the camera, because that's what we've done for our project today for a customer. It's not the same customer as the one we had yesterday. It's a different one. Again, that's what I mean. I think the gold must be popular here in the UK. I don't know about anywhere else. Let me know. So, get that glue off my finger. Let me get this off now. And again, I will treat this, even though it's going inside. It will get antibacterial spray. And then once that's dried, then I will give a bit of UV protection, a couple of coats, and once that's dry, then I will spray it with essence oil as well. Right, let's bring up our camera. Pick up that big in there. So I'll bring up our camera. I'm going to bring up the stand so it's a little bit higher so I can hold it for you. I think it's gone down on its own accord. So, here we have our wonderful tree topper. Again, some people like them with attachments. Let me take this off, guys, because I'll ask the lady if she wants to cable tie them on. if she doesn't, she wants to put pipe cleaners, I'll put these in with them and attach them on for her. But let me just get a little bit of that. We don't want to be cutting anybody's hands. There we go. So the beautiful Christmas toppers. Again, some people like the attachments, as I was saying, candy cane, you know, things like that, Christmas ornaments, baubles, signs, anything like that. This lady just wants this, where it's just floral, bow, pine needles, and a few little wispy bits here as well for movement, and just to sit because on top of a tree. So that is, I think, quite pretty. Again, she's got a 9-foot tree, so that would look lovely on a 9-foot tree. It's quite wide. In fact, it's over 23 inches wide. It's probably about 26 inches wide, so it is quite big. But that, and it's not too heavy. You can get some that are really heavy, but just, you know, make sure that your tree will support them. And also at the back, I forgot to do, but I will do, you can see my mechanics. So I will get that other piece of ribbon and I will thread it around to hide my mechanics on the back. I don't want to be seeing my cable ties, so that will also get hidden. And I will just, if I show you a little bit before I do it off camera, excuse me. I'll just thread it in. Like that underneath. Obviously I will glue it and I will go around and cover the mechanics like so at the back. So I will do that as well. So I'll keep that out. But if you're doing it for yourself and you're not really too fussed about seeing the mechanics, well, you won't see them. But it's because I like to do them, and you know, the finishing little touches, what some people may not do or don't like to do, because they can get a little, I find them quite interesting actually, having to do them. I'm losing a, oh, it's there. I thought I'd lost a loop. So if you enjoyed that, guys, and you want to make yourself a Christmas tree topper, give it a go. And whatever, you know, design you want to do it in, whether it's going to be in the, you know, with attachments and signs and lollipops and things like that, and candies and, you know, anything, give it a go. If you're more of a traditional person and you want it in the reds, greens and golds, and you just want to add a few Christmas ornaments to it, you know, you can do that as well. It's the same principle by placing things on top of each other. But I always suggest that you, if you're having, you know, start to attach some things together at the beginning instead of placing them all on top of each other, then placing the cable ties around, because you may not be able to see all the stems, so, and plus some may move. It's just for a bit more security. Here's my cat. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I will send a picture again to my customer, and I hope that she likes what I've created for her with the elements of her choice. So have a wonderful day, guys. Please subscribe, share and like, and give it a go in whatever design you like. They're wonderful things to have, and enjoy it. Enjoy. And if you don't like it because it's not glued together or something's not right, you can just take it apart and do it again. That's the greatest advantage with these. You know, without using glue, you can just take them apart and do them again. So they're wonderful things. So have a wonderful day. Take care. Please subscribe, share and like to everybody who you know. Bring them along to have some fun, to give them some ideas, and maybe gets them in the mood to create something beautiful as well for themselves, or even as a gift, or to sell. So have a great day. If it's cold where you are, guys, please wrap up warm and stay safe. I love you all, and keep your comments coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. And you know my cat, guys, is here again. What position did I say he likes to sit in? Oh, well, he's turned around now, so he's making me out to be telling porkies. He blends in well, don't he, with the... I could put him on there. Do you want to go on there? So, here's our lovely bow. Oh, it's not zooming in. Let's just get it zooming in. Oh, he's turned his back on me, look. There's our lovely bow, the deluxe ribbon. I nearly said Dulux. Deluxe ribbon with the 7/8 with the gold twiggy bits. There's our gold eucalyptus with the glitter and sequins. Our white foliage spray. Our gold fern with some glitter as well. And our little gold acorns. Our lovely long 11-inch mountain pine, and our mountain pine pick as well, and then our lovely poinsettias in velvet, and our berries, again adding a little bit of white, and then they call them thistle. They look a little bit like a part of a cone to me. Might be a cone, but it says thistle on the tag. But there's the gold champagne thistle spray as well. And again, I've placed on the ribbon around the bottom with equal spacing, or thereabouts from each other, so it doesn't look out of sync. So I hope you have a great day, guys. Give it a go. Excuse me. And have fun. So take care, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.